Ken, have you settled aside?
Yeah. We've picked the team and we've announced and picked the team. So yeah, it's settled, ready to go.
Any issues for the travelling party or?
No, there's not at this stage. Everything's on track and going okay. But who knows? Who knows in this world with what you have to deal with? Look, importantly, I should put on the agenda. We're taking 4 travellers, which is an unusual thing for us to do. But just with the pandemic and things that are going on and the numbers that are taking off a little bit at the moment, we're absolutely okay right now. But you just never know. So, if you're seeing 4 blokes walking, you don't need to make too much out of it.
How's Jeremy Finlay?
Yeah, he's fine. Look, he had a little incident training yesterday with his back. He's pulled up fine this morning and everything's okay. Docs rang me this morning and said, look, he's fine, mate. There's no problems at all. He's ready to go.
Is that a bit of a heart-and-mouth moment for you as a coach or for Jez on the eve of what would be his first game for the club?
Oh, probably for Jeremy more than from us, because we've got a squad and we just put a player in if we have to, and there's look, he hurt his back. He had a back incident, so there's some chance he gets on a flight and he doesn't quite travel as well as he'd like, and something happens again. But yeah, I'm sure it would be for Jeremy disappointing, as it would be for us when you bring a player to your club. But things are outside your control sometimes.
How much does round one give an indication as to give a coach an indication as to where a team is at?
Look, it's really, really hard. I think if you're trying to draw too much conclusions out of round one, I think it can be really dangerous. Obviously, everyone wants to start well and everyone expects to start well, but I've said forever since I've been in the game, and you just got to let a few rounds play it before you get too carried away with what's going on. But the reality is, everyone wants to see their best pre-season training transfer, and we're no different.
What do you like about Jackson Mead?
He plays footy in the right way. He's a tough, hard insider who can use the ball really cleanly on both sides of his body. It's quite unique in today's game, is that he's so talented on both sides of his body. So that gives him a great opportunity to start. But what I love the most is that he competes, and he competes really hard and fiercely in a contest.
Where we expect him to play?
He'll play a bit of mid forward, and inside, outside, could be wing. He's even at the last 3 or 4 games of last season, when he got back from his injury, he was playing at half-back flank. So we've got lots of flexibility with Jackson.
Nice story as well, obviously, with the father-son element.
Yeah, fantastic story, because as Darren played in the first of the AFL teams, and to be the first father-son from the AFL era is really, really important for us as a football club. We've got great history and respect our history, and it's nice that, unfortunately for me, it means I'm getting older though, because they're starting to come through. So it's a great story though. I'm really pleased for him and his family.
Where do those moments rank for you, Ken, when you get the chance to tell someone who's had to wait a couple of years and had injuries and scares, to be able to tell them they're playing? Where does that rank for you?
No, there's certainly special moments for a coach. There's awesome, plenty of difficult moments as a coach, but there's the special ones are certainly first gamers, and people who've had the story. And we've seen a fantastic story last night, didn't we, with Carlton? So they're always the nice stories, and unfortunately, there's not a lot of them, but they're nice when they come around.
Is this a chance for the group to remind itself and everyone else that it can play in big games, compete in big games, and come out on top?
Yeah, every game's an opportunity for you to consolidate who you are and what you want to be. You've got to make sure you're at your absolute best. I mean, clearly we're referencing Brisbane, who have been a really strong side for a lot of years now under Fags, and Brisbane is a tough task for any club, but we look forward to the task, and one we're really excited about.
Haven't travelled well there in recent times. What has gone wrong in your opinion?
Oh no, I think there's some things that they've been able to dominate us around the footy a little bit. There's no doubt. I mean, they've had some power in their front half. They're exposed. They're not new things. They're not things you don't go there expecting to have to be challenged by. But there's always the challenge of being able to compete at your absolute best, and that's our challenge. We're going there to play at our best, and we know at our best that will challenge any side in the competition, not just Brisbane.
Defensively very solid. How confident are you that you can cover the loss of guys like Charlie and Orazio to keep a winning score?
Yeah, well, look, we're very optimistic around what we've got in our front half. I mean, we've still got Robbie Gray, and as I said, Jeremy Finlayson's come in, and Todd and Mitch Georgiadis. There's plenty of talent up there that can go through that area of the ground for us. So it's exciting. Opportunity is what happens to help. Obviously to kick winning scores. It's not necessarily always around personnel. So you always know that 1 or 2 people missing are going to probably more than ever. It's probably going to be quite normal through this season.
Was it a tough decision between McKenzie and Skinner?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it wasn't easy, because Sam's had a fantastic season. He's actually on the flight, so he's right in the mix as far as being selected in our side. So. It wasn't easy. Sam's done himself no harm at all with the way he's performed through the pre-season. But look, to be fair, I think Trent's had pretty consistent form for us in that position himself too.
Ken, did you ever contemplate giving Josh Sin a debut game? How close do you think he is?
Yeah, he's really close, and yes, we did, 100%. I mean, I said last week, if you're playing in the last trial game, you're more than in consideration for round one. And for Josh, he's just missed this week, but look, it won't be long before Josh Sin plays AFL football for Port Adelaide. He's again on the party that's travelling with us, so it makes him close.
And just on Jackson again, how significant is this for him personally, and how difficult was it for him to come back from that ruptured leg?
Yeah, well, it's a big injury. I mean, it's in some ways it's a life-threatening injury. But for Jackson, luckily enough, he was able to recover really strongly and got back to playing some football. He's not only challenged by that, but he's also been challenged like a lot of people in the last 2 years with the COVID issues. When you're a developing young player, the opportunity to play wasn't always there. But he's done really well, and he's had an outstanding pre-season.
What does Stephen Lovelock need to do to get back in the side?
Oh, I think Stephen's he's like any player, you've got to face consistent form. Now, Stephen was unfortunate; he was away for our last trial game too, and that made it a little bit more challenging for him. But he knows exactly where he's at, and he knows exactly what's expected of him. He's been a high-class performer for us over the journey, and we expect he'll be able to do that again this year.
Are you able to reveal Eddie's stuff at this stage?
No, it's not the right thing to do right now. I don't know whether I get in trouble if I do that sort of stuff, but we don't hide too many things. We don't hide too many things, is all I would say. So Stephen Motlop could be that person.
About the instructions you made about the holding the ball and also, I guess, the 50-metre penalties and the interpretations. And how has that changed from last year to this?
I know it's clear how this changed, isn't it? I mean, clear on the 50-metre penalties, isn't it? And I think it's a good change, and it's a challenging change for players, but they'll adjust really quickly. They're not things that they cost you badly too in games. 50 metres is a lot of territory to lose, so you've got to be on your best behaviour with all those things. Holding the ball, I think it's still evolving a little bit with what it looks like throughout the season. Round one will probably look a little bit different to round 4 or 5. So, without saying too much, I don't think there'll be a massive change.
How far away is Charlie? I've obviously run around a bit yesterday.
Yeah, he's getting close.
Yeah.
Getting close. I expect he'll play some form of football possibly next weekend. So he's not far away.
Did you reach out to Fossey last night?
I wish Michael all the best early in the week, yeah, because he didn't need me be talking to him leading into his first game back in the system as a coach. So I'm really pleased for him.
What's game?
I have actually sent him a text this morning and told him, well done, good job, get on with it, next one to come.
Is it Jez that will do most of the sort of backup rucking when Scooter needs a break?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, Jeremy, Todd are the two players who can play as ruck backups for us. We don't have anyone else that's probably going to fill that role too well, unless we did something a little unusual, which we'll probably keep that under this hat if I can.